Dear students, today we are going to study a new story, Quality, written by John Galsworthy. Let's know about the story. The story Quality, written by John Galsworthy, is a beautiful depiction of today's cruel reality. The plot is set on the two traditional German shoemakers, Gessler brothers, who did not compromise with quality and craftsmanship but met the sad fate of extinction in an age of marketing where success is determined by advertisement, not by work. Two old brothers, Gessler Younger and Gessler Older, are shoemakers for a very long time. Their shoes are extremely durable because the brothers were never ready to compromise with quality. Slowly, they faced stiff competition from big shoemakers and from the imported shoes. This story tells the lives of traditional workers who had fought a losing war against the Industrial Revolution in the 20th century. Let us go to the summary of the story. The story starts with the description of the boot shop. On top was the nameplate Gessler Brothers and a few shoes displayed on the window. They make shoes on order. The narrator then narrates one of his meetings with Mr. Gessler. He says it has not been possible to go to him much because the shoe he made have lasted very long and are the best of their kind. One day, the narrator goes to their shop to get a pair of Russian leather shoes. Mr. Gessler retreats upstairs and comes back after some time holding a fine golden Russian leather piece. After the narrator's approval, he says he will make his shoes tomorrow fortnight. One day, the narrator goes to their boot shop and tells him that the last shoes he got from him creak. After a long pause, Mr. Gessler asks him to bring the shoes to him. He assures that if he can't repair them, he will give the money back. Another day, he goes to Gessler Brothers to order a new pair, wearing a pair of shoes which he bought due to some emergency from a big firm. Mr. Gessler at once recognizes that the shoes are not made by him. He touches a particular spot on the narrator's shoe where it isn't comfortable for the narrator and says that it hurts there. He expresses his contempt that those large firms attract customers through shiny, impressive advertisements to sell their inferior quality products. Then the author explains to him under what circumstances he had to buy those shoes. The new shoes lasted nearly 2 years, and in his next visit, he receives quite a shock. When he enters the shop, he sees the younger Gessler brother who informs him of elder Gessler's death. That day, he orders several pairs. It takes longer to make them, but the quality is even better than the previous ones. Soon after, the narrator leaves for abroad and returns after over a year. The first shop he goes to is Mr. Gessler's. Mr. Gessler, now 75, is unable to recognize him at first. Narrator gives a huge order. The wait is longer than ever, but the quality only gets better. After a week, while passing the little street, the narrator thinks to go in and tell Mr. Gessler that the boots are perfect. But when he goes to the place where the shop was, the nameplate is no longer there. Disturbed, he goes into the shop and a young English face greets him. The narrator inquires about Mr. Gessler and comes to know of younger Gessler's death. Upon hearing this, the narrator is quite shocked. The young man explains to him that Gessler died from starvation. He used to devote himself to shoemaking so much that he used to forget about everything else. All the money went in the rents and leather. The fate was quite obvious from the beginning, but both the narrator and the young man agrees that The Justler brothers made good quality boots. Let's revise the story. Reminding you to read the story from the textbook. Thank you.